Hi, I'm Marcy from brainandspinalcord.org. Let's talk about going back to work after sustaining a traumatic brain injury. Be sure to check the website for all relevant links and a recap of this article. Anyone who has suffered from a traumatic brain injury knows that life changes dramatically. From the time of the injury through rehabilitation, the main focus of the survivor is to restore as much function as possible so that he or she can once again participate in the things that he or she used to do. Going back to work is often one of the main goals of the brain injury survivor. Going back to work allows the survivor to return to a sense of normalcy and also ensures that those brain synapses are firing. Both of these things are very important to the survivor. That being said, going back to work unsuccessfully can have a very negative impact on the brain injury survivor. However, following a few simple steps should ensure that reentry to the workplace is successful. First of all, the survivor should seek the help of a trained vocational counselor. In most cases, the vocational counselor will be part of the rehabilitation team. The vocational counselor's job is to assess not only the skills and interests of their patient, but also their capabilities. Armed with this information, the vocational counselor will help the brain injury survivor come up with suitable work options. One of the most difficult concepts the survivor may have to come to terms with is his or her limitations as a result of the brain injury. Both the vocational counselor as well as the loved ones of the survivor can help him or her come to terms with those limitations, as well as learn to compensate for them. Sometimes it's necessary for the survivor to change jobs or careers following an injury. When this is the case, it's important for both the vocational counselor and the loved ones to concentrate on the strengths of the survivor instead of the weaknesses. Remember, entering the workforce after experiencing a traumatic brain injury can be scary for a brain injury survivor who is worried about failure. It's extremely important that the survivor has plenty of support. This support should not only be given by friends and family, but also by employers who should realize and accept that the survivor may not be functioning at the same level as before the brain injury. Special care must be taken to ensure that the survivor is given every opportunity to succeed. That means that certain strategies must be developed by both the survivor and the vocational therapist and supported by the employer. For example, changes to the work environment might be necessary in order to accommodate certain limitations. A job coach is also a good option for a brain injury survivor who wants to re-enter the workforce. What's a job coach? Well, he or she not only provides training and support to the brain injury survivor at the workplace, but a job coach also works with the employer to ensure that the special needs of the survivor are being met. Going back to work is one of the ways in which a brain injury survivor returns to normal life. The right steps and support can mean the difference between failure and success. This concludes our segment on going back to work after a traumatic brain injury. Remember to check our website for the most up-to-date information, including resources and tips regarding brain and spinal cord injury. And thanks again for watching.